Hi everyone, I'm Steve Coleman, Senior Community Manager on Total War.
I'm William Hockstad, and I'm a Warhammer 3 DLC designer.
And I'm also joined Vasil and Radoslav. And thank you for joining us today. So, patch 6.1 has just recently dropped for Warhammer 3, bringing with it some refreshes for Kislev, Tzeentch and Grand Cathay, as well as some new units, because everybody loves free stuff.
Right now, kind of the core of our strategy is something new to chew on. A new extra gubbin attached to something that already exists to give you a little bit more to play with.
So the things that have come in the past, has that all come through from the PX team? Has that all been based on the feedback that they've gathered?
There's a couple things. We could take things to PX as well, because we're all people. For example, the Deeps was very much a Mitch led. This was something he was excited about. This was something he really wanted to do.
Is there anything you guys have already got planned for 6.2?
People are talking a lot about control. People are talking a lot about corruption. And that is something that we are considering right now because it's a very volatile space. And that's something that's a topic we're having a lot of discussions on this.
Including unit card placeholders, which was artistic. I can't think of the word, Will, but you know.
It's a crime.
It was artistic crimes.
How do we solve this? Do we want to solve this?
Are there any kind of highlights from 6.1 or things that you particularly are proud of that you'd want to talk about?
Atomans. And this idea of having a settlement attack an army instead of an army attack a settlement, which is the usual. It was simply too interesting for us to let it go once we caught on to that idea.
Thanks, Will. That's really awesome. Now, we've just recently run a beta on Steam, and this has been headed up by Rado in Sophia's. What is this initiative? What's the kind of top level of what you are looking to do here? Are there any highlights or any particular things within that beta that you want to call out that you're particularly excited about or proud of?
Highlight change of this beta has to do with the campaign AI's ability to recognize when it's being threatened by foreign forces. This really robbed it of opportunities to, be aggressive and, do other things in the games.
Can people expect quite a kind of big difference in how things play out? Awesome. That's really good to get that insight into it, really. What can the players do to help support you guys in this initiative?
Being open and honest with how you feel about the game is the best thing for us because it really allows us to understand how you feel, understand what really bothers you, what can we improve. That's the biggest focus for us.
Brilliant. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Rado, for all that insight into that. What's next for Total War Warhammer 3 DLC? This will be another 3 Lord pack.
And also 1 free Legendary Lord. And the first one that we're going to reveal today is the Dala, the Denied one.
We mispronounced Dala's name throughout the rest of our interview. Please imagine we are saying Dala.
Yeah, so she's shrouded in mystery a little bit. She has been marked by Slaanesh, leaving her severely mutated, shedding her previous form, with her being right now a snake-like creature with many arms, and in each one holding a deadly sword. She's gonna play much in the theme of Slaanesh, of speed and damage and destruction. Also able to flank on the battlefield very efficiently, and in that sense, she's going to be a very versatile and deadly warrior.
Can you give us a bit of insight into maybe a couple of units that will be coming in her roster?
A Champion of Slaanesh. The Champion of Slaanesh looks very much like
Dala.
He is a snake-like creature with also many hands. And they will circle around the battlefield in support and deal a ton of damage wherever they go. So another unit that we're planning to introduce are the Pleasure Seekers. They're a demonic cavalry, which present a demonette on a demonic steed. The demonic steed will provide the necessary speed and additional power that the demonettes don't quite have right now. So they're going to be incredibly punchy in battle, going into encounters quick and leaving them with the same speed.
So what more can you tell us about Dala faction and the kind of associated faction mechanics?
She uses her powers to dominate the opponents around her and to dominate the enemies that she manages to defeat. These subjugated enemies help the Tormentors and the Chala live their opulent lives that they've used to.
What more are we going to expect to see in the kind of free race rework?
Currently, Nakari is the only available legendary lord for Slanesh, and we want to distinct him from the other lords that we're going to add with the DLC, like technology trees, skills, and things like that. We're looking into everything Slanesh and try to achieve the best result for
Dala,
Ankari and the mystery legendary lord that we've not yet revealed.
What is the key difference between the two approaches, or you're playing Ankari versus when you're playing
Dala?
She dominates her victims with the help of an elixir of sorts, using more forceful methods in order to use the people that she manages to enthrall, and rather than Nkari's softer, I guess, methods that can be compared.
Nice. Good question. I'm going to have to rein you in a bit. You're going to steal my job.